Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn. I am the Lone Ranger. You can reach me now at 813-213-4009 on the bone or 407-706-3313 on WDBO Orlando. Broadcasting Tampa Bay and Orlando. I'm going to tell you something, folks. It's hotter than the dickens out there, but I'm here working. And you're here listening, and I appreciate that very much. So we've got a lot to talk about. In the last segment, we're talking about how to give a gift and a gift of equity to a family member. You can do it on a conventional loan, an FHA loan, or a VA loan. But why should you do that? If you had a family member that was struggling to be able to buy a home, but you felt they were responsible enough to make a payment, you don't have to co-sign for them. Matter of fact, I don't co-sign for anybody. I never co-sign for any of my kids to buy a home, and I wouldn't. I want them to know how to do it themselves. I want them to experience it. So they had to do it on their own. But I could help them out. I gave my kids, when they graduated from college, I gave them a $10,000 check for graduating from college if they got all A's, and they did. So they got a $10,000 check. So I helped them out with that. I was fortunate enough to do that. Some parents do more, some parents do less. When it came to them buying their first car, they had to come up with half the money. I didn't buy them their first car. I didn't. I told them, you want a car, you want to drive around, then you got to save the money. My son Chase, he saved $1,250 to buy his first car. He was 15. He couldn't even drive yet. And so I matched it. We went to the auction, and we bought a $2,500 car, and he paid half of it. And I paid the other half. He drove that thing for 3 years and then ended up selling it for $3,000 when he was done. And that's his money. So then my daughter comes along, and she's ready about 5 years later. And she said, Dad, you promised you'd pay half. I said, I sure did, honey. And she goes, good, because I saved up $7,500. And I'm like, what? Where did you get $7,500? She says, I saved it up. She worked at Jeremiah's doing the ice cream or whatever it's called, custard shop, whatever it was. And she babysat. She's very industrious. She made money. By God, she got herself a nice car. And then she ended up selling that, did really well on that one too. So my kids learned. What made me happy about that, making them do it, I would be at the office and I'd look at my Ring camera, and the doggone Ring camera would go off, and there'd she be in the driveway filling up her tires. We got a compressor in the garage, and she'd be checking her oil and checking her fluids. And I'll be so proud of her for doing that. But her friends didn't do that. Her friends' parents bought them all cars when they graduated. And all those kids that got their cars for free, you know where they are? They weren't working. They couldn't find jobs, right? They couldn't find jobs. My kids have been working. They worked through school, and they worked when they got out of school, and they work now. I mean, I think it's better for them not to pay for everything for them. Don't do it. Let them work for it. But when it comes to a gift, if they're struggling right now, affordability's tough. So you're going to die one day, and you're going to leave them your inheritance, your 401k or whatever. You're going to leave it to them. If that is the case, and you plan on leaving your kids or grandkids money, give me a call. Let's come up with the game plan on how you can help each and every one of them become homeowners, because you'll be able to do that while you're alive and you can see it. And the nice thing about that is once you put it into a home, they can't just pull the money out. They can't go, you give them money now or an inheritance, they'll go do whatever they want with it. They're not going to do what you think they should do. And they probably aren't going to do the right thing because they're not used to having money. They don't have it, so they don't know what to do with it. So you put it into a home, and it changes their life forever. Now, you don't have to co-sign for them. Just help them out with the down payment. Call me. I'll show you how to do it. Don't give them a check. There's a process to it. I'll show you how to do it. You call the Lone Ranger, 813-213-4009, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. Hey, I want to give a shout out to a couple of real estate agents that I met and I've done business with that will be going on my Lone Ranger real estate rebate program. So one of them, his name is Frank Benevento. Now he's over in Orlando. He specializes in luxury homes in the Alaqua Lakes, Heathrow area. This guy's been doing it for 20 something years, and he's a really big player. But I met with him, and he's just a wonderful man. And I wanted to give a shout out to him. Then I met with the team in Lake Nona, which is a really dynamic, one of the fastest growing areas in the country, Lake Nona out of Orlando, and more luxury homes over there as well. I met with the folks at Lake Nona Realty, and what great people they were. I can't wait to work with them. I've known a couple of them for 20 years, 20, maybe 25 years. But I went in, did a presentation. We fell in love with each other. And by gosh, we're going to be doing a bunch of business together. So there's a shout out. Then I got my friend Lisa Ripley down in that she's in the Bradenton area. I connected her to one of my clients in Riverview, and she's helping them with the contract. And then I got Chris Gabbard. He does like the Palm Harbor, St. Pete area. He'll even do Tampa and Sarasota. But this guy, man, I'm telling you, you want a negotiator. When I connect my clients to a real estate agent, that real estate agent has to contribute up to 25% of their commission. But Chris is so good, he negotiates all the closing costs from the seller, so he doesn't have to give up his commission, and my client still gets everything they wanted. It's insane. I love it. I love it. What a great guy. So when I give my clients a real estate referral, I will never give you a referral with a realtor I've not closed transactions with. Period. I won't do it. I don't care if they're on the internet, they're a top producer. Listen, there's some top producers out there I wouldn't give my worst enemy to, because they're egotistical, they're pompous, they think they're better, they just shove you off to their team, they don't work with you themselves. And you know what? They just think they're better than everybody else. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to send my clients to somebody and get that experience. So I handpick the agent in the area that you're looking to buy or sell in. And I'm telling you, you can get up to $10,000 back from the real estate agent. It really does make a big difference. And the bigger the home, the more you get. So it's pretty substantial. Man, I'm telling you, got some big stuff going on. I got a $2.5 million transaction we're doing. I got a 1,250,000 transaction going on. There's a nice, the transactions we're doing that we're seeing over 1 million are more abundant than I've ever seen in my entire career. It used to be, even 10 years ago, when you got above 600, 650,000, it was rare. Now it's nothing. Now, that is not good news if you are a renter right now. I'm just going to tell you. But here's the bad news, even worse. It's going to get worse for you. If you don't get it together now, and don't get me wrong, I'm not dismissing the fact that affordability is tough, but there's ways you can do it. I got zero down payment programs. I got 3.5% down payment programs. I got credit forgiveness programs. I've got all the stuff you need. As long as you've got the credit and the income, I can help you. And if your credit's marginal, there's probably still a chance I can help you. Now, if it's crappy, I'm going to put you into a credit repair program. Everybody can qualify at some point. Most of you can, not everybody, but most of you can. And like, I had 2 clients call me this week. One of them, she only makes $1,100 a month. I can't get you to qualify for anything like that. Another guy made $1,500 a month, and I could get him to qualify, but there's no houses available in that price point. So some people aren't helped. I can't help them. They're just not enough income to be able to find a home. But others of you, you have it. Like, I got a client right now. He's been out looking for a home since May, and there were no down payment assistance programs available for him. You know what I'm doing? I'm connecting him with one of my real estate agents, and I'm getting him down payment assistance that everybody told him he couldn't get. And I'm getting it for him. I'm getting him $10,000 to use for his down payment. Now, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. And for everybody else telling him there was no way you couldn't do it, I got it done. $250,000. I'm getting him $10,000. I love the fact that I can help somebody like that. If you want help, and you don't think you may be able to, maybe you didn't think you could buy, maybe you've never tried, then I want you to pick up the phone and call me at 813-213-4009. Please write that phone number down. 813-213-4 813-213-4009, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. or call me in Orlando at 407-706-3313. There's no such thing as long distance numbers anymore. So I guess it really doesn't matter. I can give out any number I want. They're all my cell numbers. These are not call centers, folks. You're not getting a call center. Every one of you that is getting a mortgage from me will have a personal consultation with me, either in person or on Zoom. And if you don't want to be on Zoom, we can do it by the phone. But I demonstrate on Zoom. Listen, there ain't a lender around that does the things I do for you people. You will not believe it. You won't believe it. Let's go to your credit union, call Rocket Mortgage, and then tell them to pull up the loan arrangers rates and let's compare them. They're not going to do it. Bank America ain't going to do it. They're not going to do it. Will any of those lenders guarantee you when you get pre-approved by them, will they guarantee that if they don't close on time, they'll pay you and the seller up to $500 a day? Heck no, they ain't going to do it. They'll never do it. I do it. Why do you think I do it? Because I don't write pre-approvals for people that don't qualify. If I write a pre-approval, you're going to closing unless there's something wrong with the house. I can't control that. But as long as the house appraises and meets the inspections, if they're even required, you're closing, baby. I'm doing purchases, refinances, new construction, renovation loan, reverse mortgages. You want a reverse mortgage? Some of you should probably entertain it. Others, I would tell you don't do it. I shouldn't say I'm not on the fence about reverse mortgages, but I think that it's good for some people, not good for others. So if you're doubtful, I'm the perfect guy to talk to, because if I don't think it's right, I'll just tell you don't do it. Just don't do it. And that's something that a lot of my clients get. There are many occasions where I'm like, nah, don't do it. I had a client one time, he got mad at me because I told him not to do a refinance when he wanted to do it. And he was like, why are you just talking yourself out of doing business? I can go somewhere else. The guy ends up coming back to me. He owned a business. He's an electrician and he has employees. I've done loans for 3 of his employees now. He's like, you got to go to this guy. Nobody else would turn somebody down for a loan. And I don't mean he didn't qualify. I could have easily done it. Any other lender would have closed that loan for him and it would have been the wrong thing. Any other lender would have done that. But I told him, don't do it. And he's like, you're a nut. I'm like, I know it's not a real good business model. I will agree with that. So me turning down people is not a good business model. And I don't mean turning you down because of your credit. I would never do that. I'm saying I advised him not to do the mortgage. But he listened to me. He didn't like it at first. And then he loved me because he found out that I was right and that I was being honest with him. You want somebody that's going to take care of you like that? You want somebody that's going to take care of your family members or your employees like that? Then please give me a call. I'd love to help them. I'd love to help you. I promise you, you'll always get the right advice, the truth. You'll get the best possible interest rate, lowest possible closing costs. My loan officers on my team are not commission based. So they don't get paid. Your mortgage brokers that are out there are commission based, and they're going to get paid different amounts depending on what type of loan they put you in. And they'll try to put you in a loan that'll pay them more money. That's a fact. It's the truth. If you don't believe me, I'll show you, but it's the truth. My people can't do that. They have no ability to do that. There's no commission. They don't know whether one loan would pay more or not. They don't know. So it doesn't matter. They're going to put you in the best loan to fit your needs. My name's Bruce Woodburn, and I am the Loan Arranger. You can reach me now at 407-706-3313 or 813-213-4009, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Show. I want to talk about what's going on in politics. How did that impact the tax relief that we're going to vote for in November? Should you vote on it? Should you vote against it? I'm going to cover all that. I'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loan Arranger Radio Show.